Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the European Indices report, and starting with the DAX on the daily chart here. Now, in most cases throughout Europe, except the UK, we're looking at this here as wave 1 to the upside here, and then we're looking for wave 2 back. Now, there's discrepancies between different markets in Europe about this wave 2 here, and also in wave 1. In some cases, we can put wave 1 here as such, and but still at the end of the day it's basically 5 waves up, and we're looking for a corrective move. In some cases this wave 2 can be completed in here, and this is where the variations come in, and I'm not quite sure, so we need to look at, is wave 2 here, or is it going to be down here in this box here, between 10.3 roughly and 10.1, so to speak. So that's what we need to sort of work out. So if I go to the 4-hour chart here, I'll just show you the two counts that we've got here that we need to work through here. So okay, so one of them is that once this little leg down here completes, we're looking for 5 waves down here, and we can look at that in a moment, but so we could have wave C of 2 sitting here on this 10,500 here and bounce from roughly this area here, and and move up through there. The other one is that this move down through here is the whole move down through here is just the A wave. Then we go back to 11,000, which is roughly the 50-60% retracement level, depending on where this lands, of course, and then wave C down here for wave 2. So I don't know which one is correct. When I look at France and Italy and so on, then it would appear that this low here would be the with the correct count. Okay, so I'm just not really quite sure. What I can say though, as a starting point, if the 11,000 becomes the support, then wave 2 is finished then, and then we can move up from that area there. But it would need to find a solid support, because even if I took from this high here down to 10.5 here, you can see the 50 and 60% retracement level here is still, pretty much above the 11,000 area here, so it would need to find support on that level before we could call that in. So we may be able to work out if it's a nice structure from the 10,500 to the 11,000 there, if we've got 3 waves or 5 waves. If we've got 3 waves, well then we would still need to be in anticipation of a corrective move down, but we'd need to confirm that. But if we had 5 waves from here to here, then we could be pretty much assured after a small corrective ABC that we would head further up from that point there. So these are the 2 counts that we're looking at, and yeah, just not quite sure. But the main point here so far is that we're looking for 5 waves down through here. So on the 2-hour chart here, that's just a variation of the count, so I don't need to go there. I need to go here. So when I'm counting this down from the 11,500, it does count quite nicely as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for a C wave. That's why I think that we could just move straight up through the 11,000, but I'd need to see the structure once that occurs there. So as I mentioned, we need to work out if we're going to get 3 waves, or we're going to get 5 waves in this sequence here. If this is the case, then we know that we'll be going further up from that point there. So it's just a matter of working through it. But we should be able to pick up the thread too when we see other markets like the S&P 500 do their thing. With this little structure down here, I thought I'd counted that, so sorry about that. May have done it on another market, but you can see here that we've got wave 1 and 2 here. So it's possible that this is the low that's in here. So next session, really, if this high gets taken out here, then you'll know that you're on the right track, or you can look 50-60% between that. I can see that. Let me just have a look, double check on the cash market here. Yeah, it is possible for it to be in. Let me just count this here. 3, 5, No, I think there's one more low to come in play here. So I think this is just a small wave 4 here. So third wave, fourth wave, pulling back to the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree, and a fifth wave. Not that it'll be that long, and it may not even reach that there either. Extensions in wave 5, so in wave 3 here. So that means that wave 1 and wave 5 can be roughly the same length here. So somewhere in this section here that we'll be looking for that turn to the upside. You know, when we look at some of the other markets, we've been looking at the AEX, the Netherlands market, as quite a nice example of a wave structure. I always thought anyway, and that would be that from this low here we can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the extensions in wave 5 here for wave 1 over here, making this the A wave here, an A, B and a C here for the B wave here, and then 5 waves down for the C wave. So we can see that in here we've got 1 and 2, nice strong third wave, fourth wave perfect, and the fifth wave coming in here. So really we can see that that's not completed yet either. So and we probably spoke about this yesterday, but 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 coming into this space here for that wave 2. So that's what we're kind of looking at here for most markets. So yeah, Wednesday and Thursday to sort of finish that low off and establish the move ready for the upside there. And this is the same for France as well. So just in the bigger picture here, wave 1 up here, an A wave, a B wave, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 waves down here for the wave 5 of C of 2 here. And this doesn't appear to be completed either. So we could expect a bounce off the 46.50, little 65 number, always important, and then down again as well here. So yeah, not long to go before this pattern here is completed. And as I mentioned, this is the same for Italy as well. So wave 1 up there, an A and a B and a C, even though I haven't got it labeled, but basically 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 here, and then here we've got 1 and 2 and 3, and looking for 4 and 5 here. We kind of know that it's corrective because of this move here is not really an impulse wave. It's more like a corrective 3-wave structure basically in here. I know this is as well, but you know, in a bearish market we could call this down for 1 and back for 2 and down for 3, so to speak, and continuing down further. But this is corrective across here, so it's really playing out as an ABC pattern with the C wave coming from this point here, and I need to work that out, but the whole B wave can be from here, certainly corrective. So it gives us hope for a move up once this is completed. So we need to see this complete. We need to see an impulse wave here and so on. And this is the same for Spain as well, just on the daily chart here. Sorry I haven't gone in, but it's kind of nice to look at the daily chart. So here we're looking at up for 1 here, back for 2 to the 61.8% mark, and also an A and a B and a C wave here. Obviously, if this comes down through to here, then we would need to be wrong. Would be wrong at that point, and would probably go back to our original count where we were looking at this as the 4th wave here, and then a 5th wave to move lower through here. As such, and then a larger A, B and C pattern for that there. So let's just see how we go with this, with the pattern that we're working with here. If this is breached, then we would need to look at a new low below here, but in all markets as such. But we just need to allow this to play out. We need to cross this off our list, basically, you know. Yeah. So the UK is a little bit different, and I won't go into a big sort of palaver about it, but basically we'll look from this high up here, we'll play it out the same as the European markets, the other European markets in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and looking down for wave 5 that's, well, it's just not finished yet. So we can come down to this trend line, which is a daily trend line covering all the lows since, yeah, so yeah, 6-1, perhaps a little bit lower through here for this to finish. So we could be looking at a Friday, Monday bullish run for the European markets. All right, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.